Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at Hollywood Lanes, 2961 West Liberty Avenue. We got a Dunkin' Donuts here, a pizza shop, so it's not too hard to find. Our guest made it. We do this show the first Monday of each month. Jeffrey Park, the owner, has agreed to do this, and he'll be back in a little bit. He had to go to a Dormont meeting or something, so he'll be here. Lindsay Marie, the manager's here. We always like putting on a show for her. She's here. Hi, Lindsay Marie. And we got a new sound man. Dawn did a great job with this sound. Hopefully you can hear us very well. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. I got Smokin' Jim Frazier here. And we're going to start our show. Our first segment is What's on Your Mind? It's sponsored by Skeets Lewandowski of Skeets Service Station. You can give him a call, 724-348-4715. And he sponsors this segment, and I'll ask Smokin' Jim in a minute or so what's on his mind. But first, a little bit about Skeets. He's a big boxing guy, wears many hats, has a nice service station in Findlayville. Anything that runs on gas, I mean anything, from weed whackers, lawnmowers, boats, tractors, cars, trucks, they work on it. I was just there today. He has a buffet there every Monday. They have donuts from Bethel Bakery, which is like a mile from my house, so I got to travel 7 miles to have one of their donuts. So it's always a pleasure. And we're going to start the show right now with What's on Your Mind? Smokin' Jim Frazier.
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green, you got to see Levine. Want to thank everybody for coming out. Want to thank Jeffrey and Lindsay for having us back once again. Please take care of your bartenders tonight. They work real hard. You know what? I was sick of watching an old Peyton Manning. I was sick of watching an old Kobe Bryant, and I'm sick and tired of Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is old. Tiger Woods got a bad back. Tiger Woods don't got a coach, and Tiger Woods been with every pancake waitress between here and the Playboy Mansion. A Tiger can never change his stripe. Tiger Woods is not ranked in the top 800 in the world. It's time to put a new sign on Tiger Woods' golf game. Out of service, out of order, out of commission, out of business, and I'm out of my mind for going out of my way to support him. And finally, just like Tiger Woods' golf game, I'm out of here.
Smokin' Jim, that was one of your best and shortest little starts that I've heard. And that's all you got to say?
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you. And meanwhile, I thought you were a big fan of Tiger Woods. What changed? Something must have changed. Well, what's on my mind is the Steelers were on a 2-game winning streak. I predicted they'd beat the Giants because that's what they do this time of year. Somehow, no matter how bad that defense looks, they played football, and they sure did. Even got a couple interceptions. James Harrison at 38 made a bunch of tackles and had another sack. Go figure that out. Go Steelers. It was just a great game. A little slow at times, but they made the right plays. Got the right people in position, and it was a great game to watch. And they're tied with the Ravens, 7-5. So we'll see what happens there. We'll be playing Buffalo, so hopefully we have a great game up in Buffalo. Let's go Steelers, and that's what's on my mind. Please tell everybody your name.
My name is Gloria Stokowski, and it's good to be with the both of you tonight. We usually see each other at
boxing,
and this
Hold
is
it, let me interrupt you. You do all kinds of things with boxing. I can never keep track of it. Jimmy told me a couple things. What titles do you have? I need to know.
There's, titles. What types of work do we do? What types of things?
Well, the work you do is unbelievable because
you
start everybody off. You're always giving paperwork. You give us the latest paperwork when the fighters are all weighed in and the doctors have seen them. So I appreciate that.
Right. And
But what work do you do?
what work do we do? Well, it's the Western Pennsylvania Police Athletic League, as you both know.
Sure.
And there's many things that we do with the Golden Gloves, working with the youth, and my whole thing is to try to get them into the Olympics, opening up the doors for them to have an opportunity. And right now I'm acting as a director of the Western Pennsylvania Golden Gloves, which
You're acting. You're doing it. There's no acting. That's some work there.
And we have we have good people around us, like yourself. When we're
Thank
at the
you.
shows and doing the things, it's always such a pleasure to.
Well, we try to promote what you do. It's about the kids.
It is about.
We have them on the shows. We put them on. We've had them when they're amateurs, and now we have them when they're pros. We're going to bring a fighter up later.
That's
We'll-
right.
We'll mention his name later, so Monte.
And he
but
did. He grew up through the Police Athletic League system,
and it helped him. We've had him on the show a couple times, and he said he may have caused some trouble in the past, but he's on the right path now.
He's a great person. I mean, the personality that he has is what we are very proud of, and he works with the other kids, and just right now he's into his pro career. He's also into being involved with. I'll let you talk with him later about
this
that
isn't
type of
about
stuff,
Amante.
so.
Forget about it. Sorry, Amante. We went off on a tangent. Speaking of other people, how young do they get involved with you guys? What age?
Well, I tell you what, we're on almost third generation of individuals that we have at our gyms now.
That's
we have
great.
9 boxing gyms. Our one that we're opening up now is at Langley High School, and that's going to be a pretty good thing coming up in the 2017.
Oh,
So
congratulations.
we're looking forward to that,
That's
and
great.
They've really embraced.
But what's the age of the kids that
the
you
kids,
see?
they come.
All different ages?
All different ages, but it's how we, get them into the program of, not letting them box. So we have this one thing. It's called MAB, Mothers Against Babies Boxing. Okay, so,
MAB. You got MAB.
so
Now
we don't
what
go
does
down
that
road.
So they come in, they want to box, and you go, no, you can't box.
For those little babies, we have a limit there. So
You got to baby them a little bit.
exactly.
That's a good plan.
But we never turn away a kid. Okay, even if the kid comes in we have a wonderful mentoring program that we're doing, and so even if it's not it's for health and well-being. If it's not,
Well,
the
this helps the
boxing-
neighborhoods. It helps the
It helps
families.
everything, right.
Because a lot of them come from broken homes and one parent, sometimes no parents.
That's true.
Because
and-
I've talked to some of them, and it's like, another side that you're seeing. It's just terrible, but they're making something out of it because of you being a catalyst for this, something positive, which I like.
Thank you. And speaking about the families, this season right now is our holiday season. We call it the.
You're wearing some shirt here that somebody invented. What is this?
This is called the Finding the Elf in Myself, and Finding the Elf in Myself is all about the us doing our holiday happiness, and it's making every day magical, which we believe that it's not only at Christmas time, but we have magic all year that we perform with the kids and the community and the police and everybody, just bringing them together. But this particular shirt was designed by a fellow that you might know. His name's Jimmy Savetic. And
Mad
there
Dog.
you go, Mad Dog, my hero too, But and this little guy is his character that he, I think, has kind of dancing around in his head sometimes, or it's the little elf that wants to get out.
Who knows what's
The elf in
dancing?
itself.
Who knows what's dancing around that head?
Well, there's a lot of good ideas.
We have to watch where we go on that, but even he knows that now. So, but we'll bring him up and discuss
That's a
a
good
couple
thing.
things. He
There
doesn't
you go.
want to come on. That's why I want him on this show. So
Well,
we'll do that. Now I want to get into some of the things that you've done. Now you're a boxing official.
Right. I'm.
What does that mean?
A boxing official is somebody that would actually be either a referee, a timekeeper, a judge.
So you're one of the
handling
women
entertainment.
referees that we have in Western
Sure.
Pennsylvania.
I'm able to referee, and I do a lot of work with. I'm the chief of officials for the Golden Gloves, and
I've seen you.
Oh, thank you. And even on a national level, when I go out to the nationals for the
Really?
Golden Gloves, I'm I'm not one to talk about,
Yeah,
some of
but
my
I'm trying to
achievements,
get you to
but
talk a little
exactly,
bit.
so I
That's
got
why
a
we're
bit of
putting you
my
on, so
shyness
people
or-
can find out about you, Gloria.
But,
I'm impressed with you.
Thank you. But it's the program for the Golden Gloves, I'm the top ranking when I go out to the Nationals. And it's I'm in charge of, usually when you go to national events, you have 3 rings, 4 rings, whatever it might be. So I'm in charge of the rings, in charge of
Wow.
the individuals.
That's pretty important.
That's very important to make it all work.
Definitely, to coordinate that is,
Yeah, the
it's
logistics
tough.
behind it's kind of a challenge, but it's,
Well, you must love it.
I do love it. I've been in the sport for, I think I
You don't have to say how many years. I don't ask women their age on my show.
There you go.
So we
It's
just
been a
go
while.
with it. You've been doing this a long time, though, and enjoying it.
Yes, very much so. And
No, we enjoy the shows. We
thank
have a
you.
great time at the
Thank
shows.
you with that. So the other thing that we're also involved in is besides the Golden Glove, is to, help the kids through our mentoring program from
Sure.
the Police Athletic League. And now, when we were talking about the season that we have now with the holidays, it's we're doing a thing at the Monroeville Mall,
Okay.
and it's
Say
called.
that again, where at?
It's at Monroeville Mall.
You had to
Monroeville Mall.
say that.
Exactly. And we are working, we have an office there at the mall, and we work very closely with Kelly and Tom, the managers. And
nice.
we're trying to actually get the community more involved, and we have a place. It's called Stuff-A-Store.
I
And
saw something about that.
it is very, very interesting this season. Last season, we did a lot of the things with the Santa's department there, with the toys and some of the village. And this year, we
Yeah.
actually have a store that we're stuffing with all the toys. And
Really?
it's really beautiful. There's a lot of help that's been in. This past Sunday, we had Watson Chevrolet that brought their whole crew in. Victor Olive, he did a wonderful job.
He does a lot of great stuff in
He
the
did
area.
a wonderful job with everything in the area, and he's
And that's a huge toy box that they have there.
that's a huge toy box. If you could come in, I'd like to see you guys come out
Wait,
to see that.
Thanks for
on
the
one of
offer
your
to try to
shows.
film it and do a show there. I'm going to look into it and we'll see what we could possibly
Let's do that. That's fun. It's just fun, and the people need to see that.
Well, you know we like to have fun.
That's it. We certainly do.
Maybe we can make it happen.
I would like that. That would be great.
No, that's good stuff. And so you work at this stuff each day. It's a career,
Well,
and
it's we had a goal of 5,000 toys that we wanted to distribute to needy families, to the
Sure.
kids. As we were talking about before, sometimes grandma's raising the kids, and it just
that's okay.
how about that?
Whoa, let's do
So,
that again. Now.
It's about giving. It's about the season. It's about
and
helping
this is
the
all
people
year
in
you
need.
do things.
But
let
all
alone
year
here.
we do it, but this is really the
You're
big
pushing it.
kickoff right now. There's a lot of people coming in to help wrap the presents, help
Sure.
deliver them, and we have 42 police departments.
And
that will be
let's
giving-
put it out there so you can tell people, what do you want? What kind of toys do you want?
Well, it ranges from anything that someone
New
would be able
toys
to,
that haven't been used.
Yeah, I think a kid likes a new toy,
Oh.
coming in.
Well, we're talking lots of people out there, so
But
I figured if I'm getting a toy, I want a new one.
there you go. Definitely on that. But anything that you could do to help, and to
And
get
then
the
where is
Christmas
this again?
spirit.
Monroeville Mall.
Monroeville Mall. If you come to the mall,
Okay.
and you go where the Barnes and Noble bookstore is, and you go into the main entrance of the mall, we're on that main
Same
floor
level.
by Saga, and we're on the left-hand side is the Police Athletic League. On the right-hand side is the Stuff-A-Store. You'll see the Christmas trees out.
You can't miss it.
Can't miss it, because one of the things with the Christmas
Plus, you'll
trees,
be there.
That's right. That's right. We'll have our team, and I'll be there. And we also did a thing with the Christmas trees. Anybody that's in need of a Christmas tree for Christmas, there have been people that have did a fundraiser with us, and the Christmas trees will go into a needy home also. So there are decorated trees that we have.
Oh, nice.
And it's very nice.
That's a lot of
So,
fun, and you're
lot of
doing
fun.
good helping people out that need
Helping
it.
people out and making sure that everybody has a good season coming up.
Sure, that's admirable, definitely. Well, I'm glad I finally got to
Well,
interview
thank
you.
And I want to come back on your show because I have some boxers that I train.
You're more than welcome.
Thank you. At 6 a.m. in the morning, there's a group of individuals that.
Any women boxers? Because
Well,
Smoking Jim scouts them out.
there you go. Well, I have a whole crew for you coming up here.
At the Oxford, right?
At the Oxford, right, the Oxford Athletic Club. There's a group of women that I've been training for some time, and they're pretty impressive. You know,
I've met a couple of them.
Yeah, you know.
Because I said we were talking about it, and
They don't
said,
do competition, but when they're working out and they're doing their things, they're very very athletic and very fun too. You know.
"Oh,
So
that's
they're part
good."
of the
No, they're
boxing
nice.
community.
They're nice folks. The few that I've met.
Yes.
Definitely. Well, Gloria, I want to thank you for
And I
coming
thank
on the
you.
show.
You
It
know,
was a
we love
pleasure.
you guys there. Thank you.
We love you too.
And we'll be seeing each other very soon.
Yes,
And
we'll
have
be
a happy
hopeful.
holiday season. And have a good holiday out there, too. And if there's any time that you need to come and talk with the Police Athletic League, if we can be of any help, you can get in touch with us.
Just contact them and ask for Gloria.
That's it. You
Not
can
that
ask
she's
for
not
Gloria.
busy enough.
No, I welcome anybody that would like to know more about our program and how you can become part of it. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
And thank you.
You're welcome.
As always, it's a pleasure.
What's going on, champ?
Nothing much, just getting ready for the holidays, helping Jimmy out.
Well, that's a full-time job.
Absolutely. He's been forcing me now to help him since I was 15. I'm 25 now, so
Only 10 years.
yeah, only 10 years.
Wow. You got to keep him alive.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, he keeps everybody else alive.
Well, I noticed that. Yeah, now he doesn't want to talk on TV. This is like
He
crazy.
says he doesn't want to steal the spotlight from me, but he does that anyway. Every time, so.
I know, just like in the fights, you don't want it.
Yeah,
You don't want it. Show us you want it.
Yeah, how bad do you want it?
Yeah.
It gets to me now, so I listen to him. His voice overpowers everybody else.
How can it not? He's legendary. Mad Dog.
If it's not the voice, it's the mustache. So, yeah.
Whoa. That gets you first.
Yeah.
That causes the trouble. So you working out at all or doing anything?
Absolutely. I'm working out 5 to 6 days a week still while working and helping Jimmy out with the stuff for store.
Well, I don't blame you. You got to blow off some steam. I mean, I'm with you. No, you're doing this. You do a lot of good things. I'm just kidding because we're friends, but, well, only partially, but
Yeah.
not the kidding part. But no, I understand that. No, that's great. I see you got a fight coming up next year and early next year at the Meadows. Did I see something get posted up on Facebook? It's rare to see something get posted out there. You know, I'm on there and I see
Yeah,
stuff.
Absolutely. The promoter.
What's up with that?
The promoter, his name is
Matt
McGovern.
McGovern. I was going to
yeah.
drop it.
And he has me scheduled for 2 fights for 2017 already. So that's April and June so far.
Get out.
Yeah, I guess.
You must have impressed him with how you fought the last time
Yeah, he liked
and
my
won that fight off that hard-headed guy and
Yeah,
knocked him down.
he liked my performance, so he wants me back for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, that's great news that he's back at the Meadows doing this again. He did like 3, fights last time.
Yeah, he's good for boxing, especially here in the city. So,
Well, it's helping to revive it. Like you're reviving it. You know, I'm proud of what you do. It's amazing. It's good stuff. You've run across some tough guys there lately, so that's what's amazed me. I never saw you hit guys so hard in the head,
yeah,
and they keep on coming.
that you and me both.
What's up with? And then I hear a voice. You don't want it enough.
How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it?
I hear it right after that punch. That's what's crazy. You hit him with a knockout punch. Well, both those last couple guys,
Yeah,
and they took him. They fought other guys. I saw the first guy I'm talking about. He fought some other guys that they were shocked. He got a hard head.
yeah, he never been knocked out before that. So, and,
That's amazing. He was throwing that attitude at you, and I saw you.
Yeah, I had to watch the video a couple times to make sure he was dancing on his way back to the corner before. So, if I'd have known that, I probably would have dropped him before the last round. So.
Hey, that's why you study the fights. That's why you practice.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can tell you're well trained by how you kept going after it.
Yeah, well, there's no quitting me, Al. Absolutely none.
I'm glad you said that. I recognized that before.
Yeah. Well, you've been coming to my fights since I was about 16 years old.
Yeah.
And, man, that's all we know is, like I said, stay ready to get ready.
I like your smile at the end of the fights. You got a nice smile there.
I appreciate it.
That's what I like to see out of it. During the fights,
Yeah.
not so happy.
Yeah, well, I mean,
You're getting great experience. You know, as you're stepping up, what's your record? Tell the folks.
I'm 6-0 now as a professional boxer.
And that once the headgear come off, you're like a new man.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes
I saw
I
that.
miss it. Yeah, but
Well,
Hey.
they hit you once in a while, and headbutts do that, you know.
Yeah.
They'll sneak in those headbutts like every round.
I received one in the last fight.
That's why I'm bringing it up.
Yeah, so
We saw the blood flowing right after that. Your cut men in the corner were helping you out.
yeah, absolutely. But that's what makes champions: not giving up and continue to move forward. So,
And you're in great shape.
absolutely, no choice but to be.
Well, makes sense. I think we covered everything that Jimmy wanted.
Yeah.
Got your fights in the future. You're in shape now. You're working out with him
Yeah,
and in the gym.
yeah, him, and I'm working with the kids as well.
Are you?
Yeah, for the kids in the gym who want to be boxers or kids who might be getting bullied, things like that. I show them a thing or two to make sure they can hold their own.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Keep them in school.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell them to keep going to school.
Yeah, but some of them. Yeah,
They fade away.
Yeah, but that's what comes with going to the gym. Some come, they come to go. So.
Well, I like your patience. It sounds like you got some patience with those kids.
In
And they like you. I see the younger kids look up to you. They like what you're doing.
In the sport of boxing, you have to have some patience. If you just go in thinking you're going to get knocked out, basically. So,
And that's not your plan,
nah, not at all.
to knock those other guys out, no matter how hard-headed they are. Hopefully the next one's a little softer head. That's what I'm rooting for you, Monte.
A nice softer head would be lovely.
I'm kidding. Thanks, buddy.
Absolutely.
Good luck to you. Merry Christmas.
Appreciate
Happy
it,
New
Al.
Year.
You
Thanks for
both
coming
enjoy.
out to the show. It's always a pleasure having you on
It
here.
was a pleasure being here.
All right.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Hey, my man.
Always a pleasure. You're legendary Golden Glove man here in Pittsburgh.
Talking machine, you know it's always a pleasure seeing you.
Well, thank you very much. I'm glad that you finally acquiesced and come up here.
Well, I hate to steal anybody's thunder, and that includes yours or Smoke Man's.
Hey, I point to the stars.
No, to me,
I
this
got
is-
you on that one.
To me, it's just as natural as scratching my personality. That's
Tell me when you started this with the police.
First of all, hello, Smoke Man. Okay.
He'll just sit there.
Yeah,
He's
just
good.
sit there and I don't know. 1973. I've been working with kids since 1971, actually.
There we go. That's all we need to
That's
know.
all you need. So that's a long time.
Yeah, like 45 years.
Yeah, going to 46.
Okay. See, I knew I could get the truth out of you. He's got the facts. Just the shows that you put on and the hundreds of people you deal with. To me, it's amazing that you can do this each year, and it's about the kids. It truly is. I'm a big fan of that. I'm a believer of it. I see what happens. I see these kids coming in off the streets green. Then I see them coming there and knocking people out.
Well, it must become a way of life. Everything. Okay, it's that's what we're doing, and it just doesn't.
You're changing lifestyles.
I believe we're making the world a better place, and I forged this a long time ago, always for the kids. That is non-debatable, non-negotiable. Must be about the kids. So if we did this, it's not about money. Come on, it's superfluous.
Yeah, I like that word.
Oh, it's a nice big.
I like it.
I don't know. We'll have to figure that out later.
It's a good word,
meaningless.
yeah. You don't worry about that, Smoking Jim. We'll just move on.
Just let it roll.
It's a good S word.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So what we're doing is working on with the children. You see, I've studied for a long time.
You're an educated man, I know that.
Well, no, I've learned to read a little bit anyway, and
Well, you can write.
sometimes, and I've written some of the tested stuff, you might call it.
Yes.
But that's what this is about. Is if you study and you watch, everybody will use this. They will say to you, people, they're sick of entitlement. I'm sick of hearing people tell me about entitlement.
Sure.
It's not about that. And I'm tired of people accusing people of that. All people want is a vested interest. That's it. Give them something. They want to reduce all the heroin overdoses, the burglaries, the robbery. Give someone a vested interest. Make them first become important to themselves.
Sure.
Then citizens of the city, citizens of the states, citizens of the United States, citizens of the world, and then they have the right to become children of the universe. That's it. Very simple formula.
Boy, is that simple and deep. Very
It's
deep.
very simple.
Yeah.
So if you take somebody and you give them, say, you have purpose, and everybody has something important.
Right.
And like you mentioned Lewandowski, nice kid. He's a kid to me. I remember when he was a little boy, he has the quickest knockout.
13 seconds.
13 seconds. He sat there and boom, boom. I think he was,
165.
no, he weighed one.
No, they just posted. He just posted.
156.
He just posted it up. He must have put the wrong number.
Well, he fought 56 and 65, but he
Yeah.
fought a kid named Danny Conley, and they had a war. Danny came out at the higher end, but at that point, I think Stevie knocked out like 14 people or 11 people or something. He had power in both hands, but he had a right hand that would he could drop a bull. You know, Stevie Lewandowski's a good, hard-working. But you can't help but like that guy. I like him.
One of the nicest guys. He
And I'm glad
wears
he's
so
a
many
sponsor.
hats.
And I'm glad he's one of your sponsors. I think it. See, that's what I'm talking about. Vested in the community, like you guys. You take the time. You guys roll with the Golden Gloves, and you know what you do is you make all those young men and women become important. When you ever notice we march all the kids up in the beginning of the Golden Gloves?
Yes.
And they announce their name.
Yep.
I say, you own the lights. That's your night. This crowd is to see you. And just stepping in the ring, you become champion. That is, you're giving them that certain.
They've never been up there before.
No, that's exactly why we
That's
march
why I'm in with you. I agree with what you do because I see the actions that you take
And
and the
actually
positions you put people in.
and you pay enough for your gas money. Come on, I know we pay you. What you're doing for the kids is remarkable. And this has been, wow, how long have we been doing this?
Well, we've been doing this show with Pittsburgh Sportsline. We just had our 5th year anniversary. Now, he was doing stuff on PCTV out of the city of Pittsburgh for
about 10, 12
probably
years? At
5,
least.
10 years before that.
Yeah, so we've been friends, and we've been and we know you see a lot of dreamers and dreams, and give them the dreams, give them the vested interest. Now we're doing something. We had Miss Stokowski up here, Gloria Stokowski, head of officials, Allegheny County, chief of officials here. She is the ring captain of National Golden Gloves.
That's amazing.
She is the executive director of the Golden Gloves, Western Pennsylvania. She is.
She didn't tell me all these titles.
No, she won't. And then she is also not only the Golden Gloves, Western Pennsylvania. She is a remarkable person that she knows how to keep it together, and takes the time. And it's not salary. She just does it for right reasons.
Yeah.
She does it because it's the right reasons, doing the right thing. Monte Everhart. He came to me when he was 15 years old. His biggest problem was he used to like to fight on the street, and I said, "Oh, let's rechannel that, son." And I watched him grow, and I've watched him become a man. And it's this metamorphosis. Everybody, you're going to treat me like a man.
You threw another big word at him. He's lost again.
All right, that's a word that.
You know what? I got to do it. I got a dictionary here from 1910.
Oh, there we go. Here, look it up. All right.
A Funkin' Wagnalls from 1910.
All right. Well, what we did was I watched him grow up. How's that? Is that simple enough?
You did make it simple for him.
Okay, and Amante, I watched him, become, and he's in the United States Navy now. He didn't tell you that. And
He's modest, too.
he works with kids, and I'm proud of him. And I remember him, I wanted him to go to the Air Force. And I knew, you have kids, they always puff their chest. You're going to treat me like a man. You're going to treat me like a man. And, of course, I've always get a little chuckle out of that, but Amonte said something that he taught me: every man must pick his own path.
Brilliant.
Say that again, Jimmy. I like
Every man must pick his own path. He went into the United States Navy, and that's when I knew he had become a man. And also when one time he's been helping me with these little tasks. Hey, Monte, I got something really cool for you to do. You're going to wrap Christmas presents for like the next 8 hours. He'll show up and
Wow.
bring a couple girlfriends. So he'll be wrapping Christmas presents.
And we might get you a slice of pizza.
Yeah. Let's not overdo it. Let's not
Right,
get crazy.
one slice of pizza,
One slice of
8
pizza.
hours of
8
wrapping.
hours of wrapping. And I sing it, rap. They call him the rapper, and he's rapping presents. My man.
That's the other side of Jimmy and how generous he truly is.
Traded a miss. But I watched him grow. And I watched him Olympic. I went to the Olympic trials, state Golden Glove champion. So I watched that happen, which was more important. I could put 100 boxing gloves on 100 kids. I could put basketballs out there, baseballs. That is just a Band-Aid. But you hand a young man or woman a book. Okay, you teach them. And now Amonte, he goes out there, and one day he'd come in, and I monitored his grades.
Yeah.
He'd come in there, and he would bring down his report card, and I'd say, did you make the honor roll? And he says, no. And I go, what the? I told you that damn evil you. I said you are not going to come. So I'm yelling at him, okay?
I sort of figured that.
That's when you can't, your words run together like, and he goes, I made the high honor.
Woo!
You got to take all that back.
Yeah, I had to take all my swear words back. But that's what became of him. So I watched, and now he hands it and teaches it.
That's nice.
Now let's get into this. All right, see this? This is called...
How did you come up with this?
This little
I'll
elf-
ask the question. Go ahead. How'd you come
This
up?
little elf has been inside of me since I was a kid. This elf has gotten me in more trouble than ever. Watch this little guy right here. This is so cool.
This is a BPTV first. The inside elf of Jimmy Mad Dog Savetic. Just hold him on your lap. Brilliant. Look at that. And he's wiggling his tongue.
Well, that little elf gets me in trouble, right?
All right, you're out of trouble now.
Out of trouble.
Now you
So-
come out with these shirts, fitted everybody but Smoking Jim. You promised me one.
Well, I was...
Omar the tent maker's out of
I'm
business
going
for
to get
the
him a
holidays.
shirt, but it'll be a little tight. We stopped making it double X. I said, oh.
Whoa, we don't let his age out and his size of
Well,
4X.
He's getting used, bigger. Okay. But anyway, what we did was this little elf, finding the elf in yourself. Everybody has, Christmas is every day is Christmas. I believe it. Hey, man, let's do it. So every day of my life, you do this. We opened a store at Monroeville Mall. We have Kmart, I'm out there with this goofy little hat on my head, and people are we got probably over 1,000 presents, Christmas gifts.
That's great.
Barnes & Nobles has given me 950 books for kids. We have those Thai little, those Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
There are about 500 of them. So we got close. Our goal is to get 5,000 Christmas presents. For 40.
Go to Monroeville Mall and tell them the name of your store.
And if you have a sad story, anybody has a sad story, illegitimate, I don't want to hear this. Don't drive up in a BMW and tell me you have a sad story. But if you have a sad story and grandma's raising the kid, maybe he did the wrong thing and he's not a bad man, but he's right now behind the walls. We will help you. We will try to find you. Because there's no such thing as a bad person.
Yeah, tell people. I like how you say this. Listen to this. Yeah.
They're not bad people. They just do bad things. Okay? So if you look at it that way, all right, they're part of, you know what? They are our citizens. They're our citizens. They made mistakes.
Sure.
And now see, it's a sports talk show. But how many people, give them a chance, give them a second chance, give them a third, help them out.
This does it.
Didn't you hear the vested interest? Anyway, this is the goofy hat, the red tennis shoes. You like that? And
The elf inside.
and you guys help me out, and I appreciate it. And we have everybody that wants to do this. And everybody has that certain, come on, man, do it. Do it. It's not such a bad thing. And that's, I guess, what we're about here.
Thanks for being an inspiration.
Well,
You come on strong on the show. I like that.
I was going to avoid you tonight because I know that you guys sit up here and you're trying real hard. I've been watching you all them years, and geez, I hate to play my banjo in front of you guys. You know what I mean? You know that magic little.
I missed it.
Did you? Me too.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'll
you
have
know
to see it
something?
next time.
I really do respect you both, and I know you've done a lot for my kids. You did a lot for the people in boxing, and hey, that means a lot to me. And someday,
Thank you.
You know what? It all comes down to what? How bad do you want it, my man? Thank you.
I want it bad.
Me too. Thanks, fellas. Hey, you guys are
Thanks,
good.
Jimmy.
Thanks, Gamer.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you coming out. Talked to you a couple times. You sound like you can answer some questions.
Yeah.
When did you get started in football?
I was in 5th grade.
Okay.
Yeah.
What got you interested?
I always went down to the practices and saw the little kids playing, and it looked fun, so I asked my parents to play.
You thought you could do it,
Yeah.
and they agreed.
Yeah.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
I have one real sister, and then 2 half-sisters, and then 4 step-siblings.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got a big family.
Yeah.
Did any boys?
Yeah, I have 2 older brothers.
Did they
step-brothers.
play any football or baseball
they were-
or basketball or any sports?
Yeah, they played baseball, and one played football for 1 year, but never stuck with it.
Okay. So you wanted to do it, and you started in 5th grade.
Yeah.
What position did they put you in starting out?
I was a center.
Hey, I graduated from my alma mater's Keystone Oaks. I'm always promoting it. I'm glad to have you here. My senior year, I was a starting center at Keystone Oaks back then, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
They got to put you somewhere. Were you a little taller than the
Yeah,
other
I was always
kids?
taller than most kids.
How tall are you now?
6'4".
You being honest?
Yeah.
All
A little
right.
over 6'4".
Because those programs, sometimes they exaggerate a
Yeah.
little. You might be 6'6" in that program. And let's see, when did you start playing quarterback?
Middle school, I was in 7th grade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So just a couple years later,
Yeah.
you can throw the ball?
Yeah, I can throw the ball.
I've seen your stats. I haven't seen you play. I wish I could have this year.
Yeah.
I got asked to come out to a couple games because there's a Stephanie that makes these little packages of
Yeah,
things.
Steph, yeah.
Yeah, and she's just a great lady.
Yeah, she's great. She's
Yeah,
done
she's
everything.
sister of the owner of Campede's,
Yeah.
Nick. Yeah, real nice person.
Yeah,
I've
she
met
is.
her. We'll see it. And yeah, just good things. They do a lot of great things at the school.
Yeah.
I always run into some Keystone Oaks people. You might know a coach that's a friend of mine. I was hoping he'd come out. Well, first your head coach, I know him.
Yeah.
We're not mentioning his name. Mr. Perry can sit on the bench.
Yeah.
There's a guy that I met. His name's Jeff Sig.
Yeah. Coach Sig, yeah.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
Definitely. Last year, one of my co-hosts was from Steel Valley and lives right near the field. And he goes, "You want to go on the field?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Well, I didn't know Keystone Oaks was playing. So I saw Keystone Oaks was playing. We walked down to the field, and he got us in. Zach's the guy. He got us into the field. I go up to Coach Sig, pulling his sleeve, because he was busy yelling at somebody. Or
Probably me.
I don't know if it was you at the time, but he was talking to a couple people. He goes, "What are you doing here?" I said, "I got connections." So I got to see you play then, and you lost.
It was a pretty rough game.
Yeah, it was a
They're
tough.
a good team. Yeah, they won.
They won this year.
They're going to states this year, so.
It was rough watching the game while I was there because they were scoring like crazy.
Yeah, I was getting beat up.
Yeah, so that was happening there. So that was a bad one. Then this year, what happened this year?
Well, we turned it around.
He told me, Coach Sig said, next year will be better. Wait and see. So I was hoping to get him on the show or talk to him. And he lives out in Burgestown, so he has a journey there.
Yeah.
You can tell him I mentioned his name and
I will.
dropped it. And he's just a good guy, and we're friends. We have some great conversations. I won't bring it up. Not always on sports, but
Yeah.
and he was a quarterback at Westminster.
Yeah, he was.
So
He plays every position. He's athletic.
Yeah, his family is really athletic,
Yeah.
smart guy too. Has great insights.
Yeah.
Enough about him. What about you? So you threw your first touchdown pass when?
First game of the year, it was a pop pass. So
Okay.
it was a fake run.
And it worked.
Oh yeah.
And you're a heck of a runner too. I've looked at some of the games. I'm like, you got to be kidding me with the yardage passing, and then 100 and 200 yards running.
Yeah.
Is that serious?
Yeah, I was the first quarterback in the Whippeal to throw for 3,000 and run for 1,000 in a season. So
I wanted to thank you and congratulate you for
Thank you.
that, because I followed those exploits. Say, watch out for KO, Alex Smith. I didn't know you, but I was promoting you.
Well,
So
thank you.
no, it's nice to have you on the show.
It's nice to be here.
Definitely. What's your how's your grades in school?
Not bad. I had a rough freshman year. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but
A lot of freshmen don't.
yeah. Well, since then I picked it up and we graduating with honor roll.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's good. Now, where are you going to school? Because you're like an anomaly here. You're in between everything else, and it's just weird.
Yeah, I'm.
What's it look like?
Committed to Duquesne.
I heard rumors to that.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Thank you.
I was hoping you'd go somewhere big.
Yeah. So was I, but Duquesne's a nice fit.
Good. I'm glad. I wish you the best of luck there.
Thank you very much.
You know what you're going to study?
I'm thinking forensic science.
Wow.
Yeah.
From a freshman that didn't know what he wanted to do to forensic science. Wow. Explain that to Smoking Jim, because he has many degrees. And he's a graduate of Gateway and believes in homeschooling, so that's the negative stuff out of here. But he is an NFL scout, and he's a Steelers scout, so he's a good guy to know.
Yeah.
Smoking Jim, Alex Smith. I think you met him already.
Hey, I do got a question for Alex. Every year for the newspaper, I do what I call Smoking Jim's Nifty 50, and I had you in the top 10 preseason. But my number one guy that I had, I took a lot of heat for, and his name is Darius Wise from Beaver. How would you like to go to Duquesne and throw to Darius Wise next year?
Oh, that'd be awesome. I mean, playing him this year was fun. We racked up a lot of yardage, and I think together we'd make a nice fit.
Yeah, there's only one football.
Yeah.
I'd have to see how that works
Yeah.
out. You might have a little difficulty. You'd like to possess the ball a little, I think.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
At least what you made happen. No, that's great. Explain to him forensic science.
Well, there's many options that I could pursue. I could either go into like
Lay a
the
couple
FBI
out,
or
because this is new to him.
FBI or something there. It's basically I want to go into law school after, so it'd be a good undergrad to have in law school.
So you're planning for your future.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
No, that's good stuff. And you look in great shape.
Thank you.
Do you work out much?
Every day, yeah.
I sort of assumed as much.
Yeah.
Just wanted it confirmed on TV.
Every day.
There's no quit.
Coach Perry doesn't let me.
Ah, there you go. Another good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're surrounded by all these good guys.
Yeah.
No, it's a great year. And then you told me you live nearby.
I live on the street, so
He lives like a block away. And I had him come here early. He beat you by well over a half an hour, which isn't hard.
I got one more question for Alex. You had some outstanding receivers. Please talk about your receivers a little bit, in particular the one receiver that transferred in from Brashear.
he was a great guy. I mean, he was quiet. He came in. He's very good grades, and he just put in a lot of work and worked real hard, and it showed in the short amount of games he was eligible to play. But I had a great group of receivers who all
Mention their names? Mention their names. Go
Nick
ahead.
Rivnak, who broke all the records for the school, Dylan Knorr, Coron Poe, and Joey Tortorella.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
How about your offensive line? How were they?
They stepped it up this year. That last year we had a rough beginning, but they stepped it up this year and
Did
got
they?
us to the playoffs. So
It's a good team effort.
Yeah.
Plus great individual efforts that I noticed and recommended there to others that they had to watch, even though I didn't make it. I'm just glad I got to meet you. Anything else you want to say or put out there?
no, I don't think so.
You want to say hi to anybody?
I'm all right.
I always do something corny there, just testing you. You passed the test. Alex, Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And good luck in all you do.
Thank you.
All right, rarely do Smoking Jim and I get to have a little conversation. He's the busiest man in the local media. I'll kick it off with that, Smoking Jim.
Thanks,
What's
sir.
going on?
Well, I hope nobody's over drinking here. I don't want nobody to get 3 DUIs like John Hogan. But hey, the Pittsburgh Steelers look great yesterday. 3-game winning streak. Very proud of those guys. But they got a tough one next week in Buffalo.
Yeah, they do. No doubt about it. But it seems like Le'Veon Bell is just playing lights out, had a great running game, and he caught all these passes. He's just unbelievable.
Well, the last 3 games, he's had at least 35 touches, counting running and receiving. I don't know if he can keep that up.
Well, he's been averaging 142 yards. That's unbelievable.
You know, the road to the Super Bowl right now runs through Le'Veon Bell, but he's had a history of getting nicked up. Don't forget, in 2 weeks, they play Burfict in Cincinnati, so there'd be some cheap shots there.
There might be. Perfect straightening out. I think he's. I don't like him. So.
Yeah, I watched him play yesterday, and he put a couple of people out of the game. So he's rearing and you know, peaking at the right time. Perfect.
Yeah, well, we got to watch that. We're peaking at the right time here now. I think we can run the table.
Well, you know, the Steelers' biggest problem is a lot of times their heads get big after 3-game winning streak. Going into Buffalo could be a trap game. I look for that to be a pivotal game next week in Buffalo. If the Pittsburgh Steelers beat Buffalo in Buffalo, they can make it all the way to the Super Bowl, I think.
Well, look at they got Ryan Fitzpatrick, who was sat down. Geno Smith come in and got hurt, and they had to put Ryan Fitzpatrick back in there. Shady McCoy's doing great up there. So they got some players there.
You know, they got an excellent team. They run the football. They play great defense. And, you know, Buddy Ryan not only got his son as the head coach, but the defensive coordinator, too. So they're gonna come bring an extra brick next week. They're going to hit Pittsburgh.
Oh, we'll overcome that. I'm positive about this.
And you got to overcome the weather in Buffalo. Might be 6 inches of snow. Might be windy. It's going to be cold. And the fans in Buffalo do come out and support their team. So that's definitely a trap game. Pittsburgh can't overlook Buffalo. They look forward to playing Cincinnati the following week.
I like your insights. Hopefully Tomlin keeps them in the redemption mode so they don't get too crazy with that and let it all go to their head. And they keep those penalties down. They got to watch those penalties.
What did you think about the BCS and the 4 teams that's going to the national championship? Very proud of Penn State. They're going to the Rose Bowl. May get beat to death by USC, but proud of Penn State. 9-game winning streak. Showed a lot of heart and coming back and beating Wisconsin.
I'm glad to see they're going to the Rose Bowl because I'm a traditional guy. Yeah, me too. You might as well have that Rose Bowl. And Penn State this year comes back like nobody's business. So it doesn't matter what the score is at the first half. Second half is theirs.
I got a lot of confidence in anybody with the last name McSorley.
Like our good friend.
That's right.
He's been an excellent player. He's a winner from his high school days. Just unbelievable. They've done a great thing. As far as the BCS, now that I found out this year, conference championships do not mean that much. They carry some weight. They picked the best 4 teams that they thought. So I got to go with it. I'm not a big fan of it. You might have to expand it to 8 teams because you got a Power 5 conferences, have the 5 champions play, and then have 3 at-large teams. They've put some things out there. Maybe CBS can do it. There's something about that. So maybe they'll change it.
Yeah, I like your format, 8 teams. You can't put Penn State in there with 2 losses. 2 losses that kind of pretty much eliminated anything that they even did in the championship.
And that's true. They're a different team than when they were earlier in the year. Big difference. So that happens. Sometimes it's the luck of the schedule, the timing of the schedule. Players mature. Trace McSorley's a freshman, so he's matured and gotten better.
And you got the sophomore running back Barkley. They got an exciting team, great coach in Terry Smith. And so
Isn't the Franklin the head coach?
Terry's the assistant head coach, so I guess they're even just about.
He does a great job, your best friend there. I respect that. You pumped me up about him being on Penn State, and it's come true. So, and my daughter went to Penn State. I even saw a game at Penn State, so I'm a Penn State fan. It's a shame Pitt beat them.
Well, that, you know what, Pitt is another exciting team worthy of getting into the playoffs. I think they should be ranked higher than what they are. I think that James McConnor should be getting more consideration for the Heisman, even though he got the Brian Piccolo Courage Award, which is outstanding. But Penn State and Pitt, maybe the two hottest teams in all of football. None of them were getting the opportunity to play for a national championship.
James Conner's a story in itself, just an amazing guy. To come back and be thankful he got cancer and to beat it, I mean, that's a shocker. Definitely. Truly a great athlete, works hard, and you see the results on the field. Got 1,000 yards this year.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Proud of him, proud of Pitt. The coaching staff, everybody, the players. Hopefully now they can get some recruits in. I think they missed out big time on Alex Smith from Keystone Oaks. He would have fit well in the Pitt program, but hopefully Pitt can replace their quarterback next year. I think he's really the only guy that's graduating.
I think he is. He's had a great year. I was surprised. I'm like, who's this Peterman? He could run the ball. He could pass. He did a great job. I was impressed. That was a good football season. And the Heisman, who do you think is going to get that Heisman?
Well, I get a Heisman vote, and last year I blew my first ever Heisman vote. But this year I don't think I'm going to blow it, but I don't think he wins. I think the best player in the country is a quarterback from Clemson, but the quarterback from Louisville will probably win. But my vote went to the quarterback from Clemson.
And what's his name?
Whatever.
What? What's his name?
Tune in for the Heisman, and you'll see he probably won't win, but he did an outstanding job for the last 2 years. Only lost one regular season game in the last 2 years. I think he was deserving to win the Heisman, but like I said,
there's a couple others that they may put in there.
Well, the front runner is the kid from Louisville, but they got 3 losses, so.
It doesn't matter. He played lights out.
Yeah.
One bad game, I think he had.
Yeah, he had some great games, but he's a young kid. He can get it another year, but he didn't get my vote anyway.
I understand that. You told us. You're the best, Smoking Jim. Well, we got a few more minutes here. You brought about 3 DUIs for Kung, so he may get jail time. That could be terrible in Korea.
The Pittsburgh Pirates didn't do their homework. He had 2 DUIs they didn't know anything about.
They lost it in the translation.
But I tell you what, his car must got a Mack truck front end because he went right through that one pole and kept on going, man.
Yeah, who knows? He has some issues there for sure.
He's a great baseball player, but you can't play if you're in the pen. And Speaking of the pen, the Pitt is playing in the Pinstripe Bowl game over in New York. Is that a treat?
Yankee Stadium.
It's going to be a little cold, isn't it?
Yeah. How about that? Be a little chilly there. We'll see what happens in that game. At least Penn State's going towards the heat in California.
Now, do you think that the Pirates will trade Andrew McCutchen, and do you agree with that trade?
They're shopping him right now.
Wow.
I think it's going to happen. Yeah, they want to. Well, here's the other thing. Whether Nutting admits it or not, they make a profit each year. And they signed this contract, got a good value for McCutchen. He's only 30 years old. He had one bad year, and even though you've jumped on the bandwagon saying he's done and stuff like that too, I think he's going to come back this year. I wish we could keep him. But they don't want to pay somebody $14 million. They don't like to pay their stars big money. They get rid of them. Melanson, look what they did with him. He just signed a $62 million deal for 4 years being a relief pitcher. So the Pirates, they get rid of the players that they're paying them money. They just don't like to have that. So I think that's part of the theme of what goes on here in Pittsburgh. They talk a good game and they put some money out there, but when push comes to shove, like a year or two, you develop the team around them. Now you're not replacing things. So I think he'll be gone. That'll be a sad day in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think you're right. Congratulations to Central Catholic and Clareton Bears. They're both advancing to state championship playoffs.
Well, I think we got a few minutes left. I'm going to end the show here with how I do and say, stay Joey strong. Thanks for watching our show. We appreciate it. And thanks to all our guests.